Hey, what's going on, guys? Benjamin McCray here. Just wanted to go, got an incredible training lined up for us. We're going to talk about what just happened here. We're about to talk about some exciting things in the recruiting process and success in network marketing and duplication, guys. Please stand by. We're going to go over that information here. I just need to set up my recording so that we can get this going. We're going live on YouTube as well. And my computer is doing some weird things here. All right, so again, my name is Benjamin McCray. 25 years as a business owner. I've built conventional businesses as well as built big organizations in network marketing. I love entrepreneurship. I love teaching and training people how to become successful in this industry. And I'm excited about going through a system, a process that has absolutely created amazing success for millions, thousands of people, really millions of people, where you understand that success in this business is simply duplication, guys, and teaching a lot of people to do a little bit for a long period of time. So I'm just going to take this opportunity to open up my screen real quick and just go through a PowerPoint presentation that I just threw together. And then we'll go from there, guys. So hold for one moment. Let me get us all set up here. Very excited about this information. Right now, as I'm talking to you, depending on when you look at this recording, we're in a very interesting place right now where it's right now, what is this? April 30th, 2020. And you might look at this video 10 years from now, 20 years from now. My sons may look at this video and won't even remember that here we are today in America and around the world. People are literally quarantined and locked in their homes, or encouraged, not locked in, let's word that properly, encouraged to stay at home because of a pandemic that's taking place called coronavirus or COVID-19. And the reason I'm pointing this out is because we live in some very unusual times right now, where people are struggling because they're not able to leave their houses, they don't have employment, their jobs, I mean, literally the governments are telling people not to go to work, not to socialize. There's something called social distancing. And this is what I want to share with you, and why this conversation that we're about to have is more relevant than ever, is because people are realizing that it simply makes sense to have multiple streams of income. It simply makes sense to build a home-based business. And reality is this situation is forcing us out of the industrial age into the technology age, the information age, guys. So I want you to pay close attention to what I'm about to share with you. And the way I'm gonna help you do that is I'm gonna get rid of my video because it's not about me. And I'm just gonna go through some information and have conversation as raw as possible. This is not rehearsed. I'm just gonna come from my heart. I might mess up some stuff in terms of my articulation. Listen to the message. Understand, guys, network marketing is the most powerful vehicle. It's the business of the 21st century. There have been times where people have been skeptical. They call it a pyramid scheme, but now today, you have major millionaires and billionaires who is grasping onto the concept of network marketing. So I want you to remove any type of false thoughts about what has been said to you or what you have perceived network marketing to be. This industry has created countless millionaires and has retired many people from their jobs that they cannot stand. So it works if you work it and treat it like a business. Why am I saying that to you? Because most people don't succeed in this industry when they get started is because they continue to have in the back of their heads that that's a scam. It's a pyramid scheme. And then because of that thought process, they don't go and communicate to the people that is in their network marketing. They don't market to their network because of the fear of what people think. I need you to understand this. And I wish I had a slide really pointing this out. I really need you to understand that you are in one of the most powerful industries that's about to change the game even more so today in 2020 than ever before, guys. We are being forced. People are being forced to look into and take the network marketing industry serious. So for those of you looking at this video right now, I just want to encourage you to really become a professional network marketer. Take this as a career and it will pay you beyond your imagination. Understand that when you build a true network marketing business and you brand yourself as a network marketer, guess what? This business not only will feed you in this right now, but it can become something where you can will it off to generations after generations, guys. You are building a business. But here's the key thing. Now I get into my training. That was my soapbox. I don't know where that came from, but I think you needed to hear it. Network marketing without duplication is just another job. So it is absolutely imperative. One of my mentors, Eric Warriors, you see his name on the screen, he said, you have to have duplication, whereas it's not about what you can do, it's what everyone can do. It's keeping it very simple so that everyone, whether you're a high school dropout or CEO of a major corporation, can plug into the system and duplicate it from where you sit in your country all the way across all nations, guys. That's what we're about to talk about in the simplicity of this business, guys. And one of the key things, and I went into the mindset, but I really want to talk a little bit more about the mindset, okay? Because in network marketing, all we do is simply share information. That's it. We don't convince, we don't do any of that. Experts sort, amateurs convince. Our job is simply to share information by utilizing the tools, whether your company offers DVDs or websites or do live Zooms, whatever mechanism of exposures, and we're going to go over that in a training. That's our only job, is to share the information and collect decisions. Remember that when you write this down, take notes, please. Share the information and collect decisions. I tell people when I speak with them, my job is not to convince you on anything. My only job with the company that I represent is to give you a quality exposure and collect an informed yes or no. Either one is good enough. All right. And once you understand this, guys, most people don't reach their fullest potential in this industry, going back to what I said originally, because they fear rejection. They're afraid of that word or that letter called no. I mean, come on. No does not hurt. Well, let me stop fabricating. It does hurt sometimes, especially if you know the person who says no to you, like your brother or your best friend. But you got to understand this, because I'm trying to equip you to make amazing money and have tremendous success in this industry. Once you understand that a no is usually just a not right now. You know, when someone says no now, continue to follow up with them. We'll talk about that in more detail, because life changes. Let's reflect to right now. Here we are in the middle of an epidemic. Over 26 million Americans filed for unemployment. Whoa, within the last 30 days. Understand this, guys, where folks that have said no a few months ago probably don't have a job today, and they most likely will say yes, because they're looking for a way to offset and replace their income. So timing is everything. Be mindful of that. All right. Now, here's the key thing. We can't control results. All we can control are the exposures. I'm talking to your mental right now. I want to make sure you have your mindset to control and to have success. You cannot control the results, But what you can control is the exposures. It's similar to planting a garden. I just planted a garden. I want to grow vegetables this year and going forward. All I can do is dig up the dirt, clear the land, fertilize it, and then plant the seed. Once I plant the seed, it's out of my hands. It's up to God to give it the proper sun, the proper rain, and give it the ability to come forth and germinate and become tomatoes, cucumbers, and all types of herbs and whatever I planted. And the same thing in this industry. You're probably thinking, what are you talking about? When you expose someone to this information, it's the equivalent of planting a seed in them and saying, I have an opportunity, take a look. And once they look at it, you don't control the results after that. They're either going to say yes or they're going to say no. But what I encourage you to do, and then we'll jump into our next slide. I encourage you, if you think about a farmer, when they're planting seed, when they're planting grass or whatever it may be, they don't take one seed and plant it here, one seed plant. No, they plant abundant seeds. They throw it all over. They plant lots of good seed exposures, hoping that it lands on fertile ground, which is a prospect that's open to opportunities. So the more seed you plant, the more exposures you give, the better the results you'll have. Which moves us to the recruiting process, ladies and gentlemen. Our next slide is called the baseball diamond. I love this illustration of what we do in this industry. If you master this, you will become wealthy. Understand this, guys. I call it the baseball diamond. If you're not familiar with baseball, you might be familiar with kickball, but you run the bases. You have home base. You hit the ball, you run to first base, second base, third base. I'm not trying to dumb things down, but I know people are watching this video all over the world, okay? Eventually they'll be watching this, and can't assume everyone know what baseball is, but I'm sure you all do. But the whole concept is you start at home base. That is the equivalent of you starting your business from home base. First thing you want to do in starting your home business is you want to create your name list. Yes, you have to create your name list. Our business and network marketing, you know, when you open up a restaurant, you have inventory. That inventory is the food that you're selling, the plates, the napkins, whatever it is that comes with that, the silverware, all that stuff. That's inventory for that type of business. But in network marketing, our inventory is people. Our inventory is people. So the more people we can talk to, the greater results we're going to have. So you want to take the time and remove all the names from your phone, from your social media, everywhere that you have connects. You want to put them on paper. Stop. Don't leave them in your technology. Take the minute, take a moment to set yourself up to win and remove them from your cell phone, from your Facebook page, your LinkedIn, all that, and put them in one location inside of a notebook. You want to build your 100 name list. Do not prejudge anyone. Those who you think will, won't. Those who you think won't, will. We don't know. Remember, we don't control the results. Understand this, guys. Everyone gets exposed to the information, and we simply want to collect a yes or a no based on the information, based on them being properly exposed. And you want to always be adding to your list. Now, one thing I want to say to you real quick, and this is going to help you with a lot of heartache. Once you put your name list together, you want to definitely sort your list. You want to sort your list. We call it the 3 stars, 4 stars. It just depends. Whereas when you get your list together, you want to put a star next to individuals who are, one, entrepreneurial, have influence. Okay, these are folks who are influential or entrepreneurial, already have a business. Put a star next to them. The second star is individuals who know you, like you, and trust you. Okay, you put a star next to those folks, people who are closest to you, your friends, you know, people who know you, like you, trust you, and will do whatever for you. The third star is people who can afford to make an investment. Now that's an assumption. Some people look rich but broke, but just who do you think can afford to make an investment? Whatever the cost of your business is, you want to put that third star by those individuals. And then the fourth star is folks who you think are motivated. Okay, that's the fourth star. Here's the thing, and you could add other things to it, but I like the 4-star technique. So here you go. Now you put stars, you go down from list the first person all the way down to your 100th person or 1000th person. And you have 4-star people, 3-star people, 2-star people, no star people. Here's what most individuals do. Unfortunately, we call on the no star people first. Why? Because we usually have influence on those individuals who have no stars, who has no influence, who has no money, who has no motivation, and we call them and introduce them to an opportunity. What do you think a person who has no money, no motivation, and no entrepreneurial experience or influence is going to say about an opportunity? They're going to call it a scam. They're going to reject you, and they're going to say no. In most cases, not always, but the greater likelihood of them rejecting this is high. But unfortunately, what most people do is they call the no stars. What I want you to start doing is calling your 4 stars. Those are the folks that you're probably more uncomfortable calling on. And you want to move in your discomfort, because once you move in that discomfort, you are setting yourself up to win. Success is found in the discomfort. Understand this, guys. So you want to call your 4-star people first, then your 3-star, 2-star, and then the no stars. Okay. So how do you go about doing that? You go from home base to first base by creating curiosity, piquing their interest by simply saying, hey, are you open to opportunities? I mean, that's what I usually say. Hey, let me ask you: are you open to supplementing your income or making some extra income? Or if I could show you how to make an extra $500 a month without interrupting what you're doing, would you be interested in looking at a video that I send you? Some people who I've done business with, I'll say, hey, listen, I know I respect you as an entrepreneur, and I know that as an entrepreneur, you wouldn't reject anything that come across your table unless you at least take a look at it. So if I send you a video, would you take a look at it and let me know what you think? I mean, that's in a text message, or if it's best to call a person up and say that, especially if you have a relationship with them. But you want to pique their interest. Here's one thing I will want to tell you. When you're calling people who are, if you rate yourself between 1 to 10 and you're 5, you're calling people who have influence 6, 7, 8, and above. A great exposure to them is edifying them, where you say, like, say you have your boss or your supervisor or the pastor, hey, pastor, I've always respected you and the influence you have and your opinion. So because of the environment that we're in, I started a business from home, and I simply wanted to get your opinion on, before I really jump all the way in and go full speed ahead, I really wanted you to take a look at this information for me and let me know if it's something you're interested in, or you may know somebody who could be interested in it, or just give me your opinion. That's edifying them. And most individuals will say, yeah, I'll take a look at it. I'll help you out. And this is what's going to happen when you call those individuals. And this is so powerful, guys. When you expose people you look up to and you properly set it up, they'll look at the information, and here it is. All we're doing is exposing and collecting decisions. So they're going to come back with 3 different responses. The first one is, man, yeah, especially if they're truly sharp individuals. Sharp people want to help other people. They'll say, man, this is great. It's not for me. I don't have time for it. but I know somebody who might be interested. And guess what they're going to do? They're going to introduce you to their fives and the below. I'm going to do a training on the different levels of 1 through 10. You're a 5. Recruiting up is the training. Recruiting up is the training. I did one. I have to redo it and make it current. But one of the things, if you recruit up, that person will either say, it's not for me, I'm busy, but I like what I saw. Here's a couple of people I want you to call. They will be interested in this. Let them know I called you. I told you to call them. And guess what? They're going to refer you to their 5s, which is most likely people like you. Don't you want yous in your business? More people like you? Absolutely, yous. I made up a word. And then here's the thing. Or they'll say, man, this is amazing. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to help you out. I'm going to join, and we're going to make you a whole lot of money. Those are the 2 responses that you're going to get from it. And if they might come back and say it's a scam or whatever, but very unlikely that a person who is sharp will look at the business, as long as your business is viable and not a scam. I don't know who's watching this, but they will see the value and they'll say either, hey, I got someone who will be interested in that and refer you to sharp people like yourself, or they'll get involved. And then the folks who are that look up to you, this is where you use your posture. And you say, hey, listen, I just got involved with a company. You need to get in. It's nothing to it. Use your posture. Use fear of loss. Hey, your brother, your little sisters, people who look up to you, you need to just simply let them know that, hey, I just got involved with a company. I need you to look at this video. You need to get in. And then at that point, you get them to first base and you expose them to whatever tool, not your mouth. A lot of people make mistakes by talking too much. Use whatever tool to get them exposed properly to the information. Here's what happens when you do a lot of talking. When you expose a person and try to articulate the information, and most of us probably can articulate the information. What happens is you have your prospect who's busy, who's has life, and they're listening to your conversation and how you're explaining it, whether you're doing a good job or a bad job, and they're simply thinking, do I have time to do what you do? Do I want to do what you do? Can I articulate like you articulate? Understand, this is what your prospect is asking. That's why it's absolutely imperative not to talk too much. The only conversation you're having is piquing interest. Hey, are you open to making some extra income working from home that's not going to take up a lot of your time? Hey, if I send you some information about an amazing project that I'm working in, would you take a moment to take a look at it? Let me know if you're interested. Pique their interest, and then give them a video, send them a link, let them get onto a webinar, and let someone else do all the talking. Why? Because the bottom line is, when it comes time to follow up with them, or if they say, man, I don't know if I could do that, you can come back and say, what do you mean? You can't point people towards a video? So you're duplicating and you're teaching as you go. So once you expose them to the DVD, you ask them, can you look at it right now? They'll say yes. Great. Go to my website, or here's the link. I'll call you back in 10, 15 minutes. And then in 15, 10 minutes, make sure you follow up accordingly. You call them back and say, hey, John, hey, what's going on? Did you take a look at the information? Yes. What did you like best about the information that you saw? Understand the words that I'm saying, guys. Please write this down. What did you like best about what you saw? You don't care about their opinion in regards to what didn't they like. You want to point out what they like best. Man, the opportunity is amazing to be able to learn different trades, or the money is incredible. I mean, to be able to make 6 figures from home, and then whatever they say that's best, you say exactly. That's exactly what got me excited. Listen, John, the next step is, please write that down. That's a key phrase. Exactly, John. That's exactly what got me excited about this opportunity. Listen, the next step is, And now you're moving them to the second base, which is edification. The next step is, which means there's no other step until we go through this next step, is to have you speak to my business partner, and you've already three-wayed your partner, letting them know you're about to do a three-way call. And then you want to edify this individual by using sir, Mr. and Mrs. When we were brought up, we never approached someone of authority or respect by their first name unless given permission. We want to set the tone, guys. So we want to say, hey, the next step is to put you on the phone with Miss Thomas. Miss Thomas is doing well with this business on a part-time basis. She knows 100% of the facts. She's well documented, very much down to earth, and she loves helping people. And what I just done with that is there's 4 characteristic types. I'm gonna slow down. I want you to really grab onto this. Everyone falls under 4 different characteristic types, whether they're red, meaning that that's money motivated. They're blue, loves having fun. They're yellow, they're mission oriented, helping people. They call them tree huggers. And they're green, which is very analytical. So when you say, I want to put you on the phone and you're edifying your expert, you want to say, I want to put you on the phone with my expert who is well documented in this industry, doing amazing, which hits the reds where they say, okay, this person knows what they're doing and what they're talking about. They love having fun. That's a blue. They love helping people, which is a mission-oriented yellow, and they know all the facts. They're very busy. Let me get you on the phone with Miss Thomas. Please stand by. Hold for one moment. You're not asking. You're telling them the next step is to put you on the phone with my business partner, Miss Thomas. Let me get you on the phone with them. They're well documented. They're down to earth, love helping people, and know all the facts. Hold for one moment. At that point, you do a 3-way call to get your prospect on the phone with your expert. Listen, guys, as you can see here, when you do a 3-way call, you want to use the power of third party, guys. It's anyone other than you, okay? You want to say, hey, Miss Thomas, I have John on the phone. John, this is Miss Thomas. And then before you call, when you call your 3-way, and you have your expert on, don't call your expert with your prospect already on the line. Because when you call your expert, you want to say, hey, Miss Thomas, this is Benjamin. I have John on the line. John is a yellow, down to earth, just watch the video, hold for one moment. So I've already let her know that my prospect, John, is a yellow who is more of a mission oriented. He's probably a pastor. He's probably in a community service. So the expert knows not to lead with making $100,000 a month and money, and fun. That person will lead with helping people become financially free and give back into the community and tithe more to churches, etc. So once you say, hey, Miss Thomas, this is John. John, this is Miss Thomas. At that point, you be quiet. Don't say anything else unless your expert asks you a question or whatever. And then once it's all said and done, the expert's job is to have the conversation of simply, hey, John, I understand you had a chance to look at the information. And they'll say, well, yes, Miss Thomas. And then at that point, an expert, me personally, I'll say, hey, listen, you don't have to call me Mr. McCray. Just call me Benjamin. A friend of John is a friend of mine. Now we just created a friendly, mutual respect. And then at that point, I'll just simply go through the 3-way call questions. So what did you like most about what you heard? I'm listening to them. Now, let me ask you, John, are you looking to supplement your income or replace your income? Supplement my income. So let me ask you, John, on a part-time basis, how much income do you really want to generate? So I'm going through all that. That's a whole different training. For the sake of time, I won't go into all that. But then the expert is either going to close out your prospect or invite them to third base if they need more information, which will be a webinar, a live webinar, or if you're having live events which most people are doing right now due to social distancing. But whatever third base, which is a live event, whether it's a webinar, what have you, usually by that time, when they get to third base, they're more ready to get started. They just need confirmation. So it's imperative to move them through the bases. And once they get on third base and get confirmation that this is the right decision, they're most likely going to sign up if they don't already sign up on second base. And then you move them through the process where they're going back through the cycle, and you teach and train them how to do that again and again and again. Guys, success in this business is duplication. If you keep the bases loaded, you will make a lot of money in this industry, guys. It is absolutely imperative. You know, Jim Rohn said you don't have to bat 1,000. If you strike out 7 out of 10 times in baseball, you're still a millionaire. So in this right here, if you just move 10 people around the base and you only close 3 is the magic number. In most businesses, you want to get 3, of course, or more. You can position yourself to make a lot of money and become very successful in this business, guys. And here's a key thing where you want to make sure you're tracking your business. You want to track your business. We have a tool called a Tenant play sheets. If you can only grow what you can track. You want, as you move people through the bases, you want to put them on your Tenant play sheet. There's 10, and this is going to be available in our back office for those who are working with me directly on our team. I'll make this available in our back office, on our Facebook page for those who are working with me directly on our team. If you just stumbled across this video, you can reach out to me. I can share with you the project that I'm currently working in, which is absolutely amazing. But here's the key thing, guys. You put their name down. You can put their first exposure here. And I just heard a techie just say, what are you doing? This is some very archaic stuff right here. I'm telling you right now, guys, you want to keep it dumb and simple with a 3-ring binder, and you will be able to track your business working from a calendar. I mean, I was doing all that high-tech stuff and working from my phones and calendars, and it works, but it doesn't duplicate. It's not what works, it's what duplicates. If you haven't even written anything down from this conversation that we've had for the last few moments, write that down. It's not what works, it's what duplicates. And what duplicates is printing out a Tenant play sheet that's basic and generic as this. And as you move people through the bases, you put their name, John, first exposure, my SME system. I followed up and did a 3-way call with Ms. Thomas. And then I followed up. Usually, here's a key thing. And this is so powerful, guys. Once you grasp this and work this, you will be able to predict your money. And literally, your support team, if I'm working with you, this sheet right here is my tracking sheet. This is where if you call me, I say, send me your Tenant play sheets and let's set up an appointment to do a consultation later on today. Because what will happen is this: if it takes, and write this down, it takes 3 to 5 exposures before a person makes a decision. In most cases, it takes 3 to 5 exposures before a person makes a decision. So I exposed them to the Zoom, I exposed them to a 3-way call, I got them onto my links or a live webinar. Usually by that time, they're coming on board. And if they go all the way through 5 exposures, I'll just put them on. They'll either become a member, an associate, or I'll put them on my Dripless to just follow up with them later on. Here's a key phrase. Here's a key training right here, Dripless. Every exposure, understand this, is a no or a yes, who cares? But when they say no, it's like fishing. Have you ever been fishing or watched someone fish? And I never understood this until it was explained to me, where they go fishing, they throw the line in the water, they pull in the fish, and if the fish is a little fish, they gently remove the hook out of their mouth and put it back in the water so it can continue to grow and they'll catch it at another time. That's the same thing with your prospects. When they say no, I'm not interested, I'm good, no thank you. You and what? Oh man, you okay? You need some money? At that point, hey, they're not interested at the moment. You say, hey, listen, timing is everything. You're removing the hook. Can I just keep you abreast of how things are moving forward with my company? Just keep you on point and keep you notified. You're getting permission to follow up. You remove the hook, you put them back in the water, and when you start moving in ranks and you're following up with them, say, hey, I just want to let you know I just qualified to make a residual $2,000 a month, whatever it may be. Now you're dripping on them, and eventually they're going to come on board, trust me. Or they may not, who cares? They might lead you to somebody. So the tenant play pipeline sheets is powerful. If you're working with our team, we want to make sure that you have it. If you're working with me and your leadership, they're going to be looking for your tenant play sheets to track your activities. If you can't track it, you can't grow it. Another thing we do is the 100 no challenge. Guys, it's all about going through the no's. If you understand and make it a game, when you go through the no's, you'll get to the yeses. And this is what's so challenging, guys, is by the time you go through and get to 20, 30, 40 no's, you're going to get a whole bunch of yeses. And what most people do is they stop going through the no's. You want to make it your business in the next 90 days upon listening to this recording, 90 days, you want to get through 100 no's. And really, if you really want to turn it up and create and force momentum, you want to go through these, you want to collect 100 no's in the next 30 days. And I promise you, if you collect 100 no's, you have recruited 10, 20, 30 people into your business. Trust me when I say that. If you go through the process I just went over at the baseball diamond, where you pique their interest, you expose them to a tool where you're not talking, you put them on the phone with your expert, and you collect the no, I promise you, if you keep doing that and you're just collecting no's, you're like, man, I got 7 no's, I'm about to get it. See, what's going to happen is you will be able to predict your business. In baseball, have you ever heard the guy, the commentator or the whatever, the guy who's calling the game? He'll say, Babe Ruth, I don't know, I don't follow baseball like that, is stepping up to the plate. He's been striking out for the last such and such and such a time. They call their numbers. He's due for a home run because they track the numbers. And if you start tracking your numbers, you will be able to predict where you say, man, I've been getting all these no's, my yeses around the corner. And now you'll begin to have fun in your business because it becomes predictable. But if you can't track it, you don't know what's going on, you're closer than you think, and you'll stop. So begin to track your business. And as you track your business, it becomes more fun and more predictable because you already know it's just a numbers game. Absolutely imperative, guys. This sheet right here is available. We have it in our back office on our Facebook page for those who are working on our team. We'll make sure you get this as well so you could track your business accordingly. Guys, network marketing is all about helping other people. We're a team. So if you help others, and that's one thing I love about this industry, it's all about helping one another, doing your part, and in doing your part, you're helping others move up in the ranks. So you find out and communicate with your support team. What can I do to help you advance to the next level? Because as you're advancing, you're helping others to advance, not like the workplace where folks are cutting and stabbing people in the back and throwing folks off the bridge and going for self. That's not what this industry is. Our industry is about people helping people. And if you're going to work hard anyway, you may as well get rich. And the faster, the quicker, the better. Guys, this industry, you can become rich. There is hard work. Yes, it is hard work. The hardest part is dealing with people. And guess what? Who has the money? People. So you got to get good at it. You have to understand that we have to go through the process to get where we need to go. And you want to make sure that you're communicating and going through the numbers and success compression. Don't stretch this out for 30 years. Understand this. In this industry, if you find the right vehicle, the right company, you should get rich within 3 to 5 years. T. Harv Eker, this is a quote from T. Harv Eker, Speed Wealth is the book. You want to get it. But these are power principles. If you're going to work hard anyway, you may as well get rich. And the quicker, the better. So guys, success loves speed. So move with a sense of urgency. And you have to position yourself for wealth. You're a part of the network marketing industry, and I pray and hope that you are in the right company, whoever's watching this video, whereas you have a company that you've positioned yourself in that could bring you the results based on the efforts that you put in. You've positioned yourself. Now go to work and take this thing to the next level and fight for your last name. This is a time to create legacies. There's a major wealth shifting that's taking place in the world, especially in North America. And if you're listening to this recording right now in 2020, we are amongst the major wealth shift within the next 5 years. And those who are hungry, those who are willing to do whatever it takes to get in front of this thing and run and fight for their last name will set up generational wealth, legacy. And that's what it's all about, guys. So I appreciate each and every one of you for jumping in and listening to this. I look forward, please like this video, share this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, okay? And let's just go out there and let me know what you think about the content I just shared with you. And I look forward to helping you build a successful network marketing business, a successful affiliate marketing business, and simply a successful life. So I appreciate you, Coach Ben, chiming out. Take charge, everyone, and God bless, and make a difference.